All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash, Barakatham. All right, double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who teach and rule well, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing this gospel amongst the four winds with truth and sincerity. To you, I say Shalom. All right, it's your brother Paratham. Quick lesson. I'm going to open up with Hebrews 4 and 12 real quick in the G&T, Good News Translation. All right, it reads, the word of Yahweh is active, is alive and active, sharper than any double-edged sword. It cuts all the way through to where the soul and spirit meet, where joints and marrow come together. It judges the desires and thoughts of the heart. And I brought it out in that version because it's a good tool. It's a good reference. If sometimes a verse doesn't quite make sense to you, brothers know to go into the blue letter first and foremost. And then you can go into different versions of this other than the KJV. You know that we know that the KJV is the foundation. All right. It's the doctrine. But, we go into the NLTs and the NIVs and the GNTs to give it, give you a different outlook, man. All right. So that's why I brought that out. So the word of the Lord is described as a double-edged sword, two-edged sword, right? Dividing the asunder, as it says, man, to where the soul and spirit meet, to where the joint and marrow come together. That's deep, man. It says it desires the thoughts. It judges the desires and thoughts of the heart, of the mind, right? So I'm going to jump into Jeremiah 20, right? It goes into how this word is also described as a fire, all right? Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and uplifting, man. The prophets were given a task, a mission to preach this gospel, right? And if you are of the elect, an elect man of the Lord, a prophet, you're going to get this, you're going to do this work. And this word is going to be like a fire. We're going to just get into it. I'm going to start with Jeremiah 20 and 7. It says, "O Lord, Yahweh, you misled me." And this is in the Salakia. This is in the New Living Translation. Okay, this is in the New Living Translation, the NLT, Jeremiah 20 and 7. It says, "Oh, Yahweh, you misled me, and I allowed myself to be misled. You are stronger than I am, and you overpowered me. Now I am mocked every day. Everyone laughs at me." Verse 8, "When I speak, the words burst out. Violence and destruction I shout. So these messages from Yahweh have made me a household joke." Right? Hey, so I stopped there. That we present our bodies as a living sacrifice, as Romans 12 and 1 goes into. Right? But, we are, the Lord uses the foolish things to confound the wise. It's the scripture I'm thinking about, how, what is it? Public, what's the word? It's slipping me right now. I can bear with me. It'll come back. Right? But, we are fools for Hamashiach's sake. Right? So it said in verse 8 again, "So these messages from the Lord Yahweh have made me a household joke." All right. So, hey, we're going to be, we're fools for Hamashiach's sake. It's at least it's going to seem like that to the world, but we ourselves don't feel like fools. We're prisoners of hope. All right. We do what we do because we believe through faith in the name of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, man. That's the point. We don't care how we look to the world. We're trying to please the Lord. Right. So again, verse 8 says, "When I speak, the words burst out. Violence and destruction I shout. So these messages from Yahweh have made me a household joke." Verse 9. "But if I say I'll never mention Yahweh or speak his name, his words burst in my heart like a fire. It's like a fire in my bones, and I am worn out trying to hold it in. I can't do it." So this word is like a fire, man. And if it's meant for you to prophesy, you're going to prophesy. All right. This flesh can't hold back the spirit. The spirit is too willing and overpowers the flesh because it's weak, as the scriptures say. So if you're meant to prophesy this word, you're going to prophesy this word. Said that Jeremiah, and he was a young man, when he was called to the ministry. He said that the word was like a fire. He said, if I never mention the name of the Lord, the words in my heart are in my heart like a fire in my mind. You gotta let it out, right? So it's like, yeah, it may be violence and destruction, but it's the Lord's message, man. It's a warning from Yahweh Shai. All right, real quick, Amos 3:7. Surely Yahweh will do nothing but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. The lions have roared, who will not fear? The Lord Yahweh has spoken, but who can but prophesy? Right? So who's not going to fear when that lion roars? Who's not going to fear? Who's not going to prophesy when the Lord has spoken? Especially when he, as the verse up said, what? He revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. You know how it is when you get a secret, usually a secret, this secret obviously is this truth and it was held. But now that it has been revealed to his servants, the duty or the task they carry out is to spread the gospel, man. So a lion have roared, who will not fear? The Lord has spoken, who will not but prophesy? That goes back to that word being like a fire. It's nothing else to do. There's no other choice than but to push the push at the end of the day. Not only is this word like a fire to where it makes us, it makes that the only thing, the priority, tunnel vision. Because the Lord's word is hey, though it tarry, wait for it, man. All right, Daniel 12:13, right? They shall stand in their lot in the last days, roughly paraphrasing. And even in the ancient days, 2 Samuel, I believe, 16, it was going into how, after, what happened in that chapter? Basically, he came to Bethlehem and he to make a sacrifice to the Lord, right? But the elders, as he was approaching, the elders was trembling. They said, cometh thou peaceably, right? Because the Lord's his message, his warning, hey man, they knew that when the prophets came on the scene, man, that judgment and destruction was coming shortly after that, right? So that's what the prophets are doing modern day here, present day, out on the highways and byways and the chief places of concourse, right? This word is like a fire. So the prophets are the prophets are the Lord's mouthpiece, right? Let's get into some more precepts. It says, here it go. Back in Jeremiah 20:10, it says, I have heard the many rumors about me. It says, they call me the man who lives in terror. They threaten if you say anything, we will report it. Even my old friends are watching me, waiting for a fatal slip. He will trap himself, they say, and then we will get our revenge on him, right? So he's mocked, okay? He's made a household joke. Became a reproach to the people, right? To the world. But what? It's scriptures that go into how the prophets were going to be killed and they were going to be mocked. And Second Esdras 1, Salaki, I believe it's First Esdras. The first chapter goes into how it quotes Isaiah and it goes into how they've killed all thy prophets. So they're going to do that too. This is just going into it. What did it say in verse 10? It said what? It says he will trap himself, they say, and then we will get our revenge on him. Why? Because he's rebuking them, right? He's doing the Lord's will. And it's completely against the grain of society that so many people have become deeply rooted in, right? A generational wealth and that Psalms 49 and 11 mindset, and with thought thinking that the house shall endure, the houses shall continue forever. Real quick, look, let's jump to verse 23. Salakia, Jeremiah chapter 23 and 28, NLT. It says, these false prophets tell their dreams, but let my true messengers faithfully proclaim every word. There is a difference between straw and grain. It says, verse 29, does not my word burn like a what? A fire, saith Yahweh. Is it not like a mighty hammer? that smashes a rock to pieces. Right? So this word is like a fire, man. This is our blessing. The understanding and the knowledge and the wisdom of these scriptures, man, of this truth. Who can but prophesy after all that being said? I ended off with Luke 21:15. It says, for I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. Right? A mouth and wisdom. The prophets are the Lord's mouthpiece. Right? Wisdom. This truth. Right? Knowledge means to know, and wisdom means just simply apply that knowledge that you know in your everyday life, in everything that you do, especially concerning this doctrine. Just got to do the work, man. Talking to myself first and foremost. So with that, hey, that was all the precepts I had. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well, and peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. All right, Kwam Yasharal and Abba Babal, keep enduring. Shalom.